is News 3 Now at 6.
Thanks for joining us. We are tracking severe thunderstorms north of La Crosse that could affect our northern viewers.
Let's check your certified, most accurate forecast now with Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti.
On the backyard patio, the sun is shining and the winds are actually picking up a little bit, and that's actually kind of detrimental for thunderstorm development in the Madison area. Notice the line of thunderstorms to our north, a cluster of showers and thunderstorms to the south and east of Madison, but not much in between. You can see as we zoom in, there are severe thunderstorm warnings just north of Juno and Adams counties until 6:30 for the possibility for some strong straight line winds up toward the Wisconsin Rapids area. To our south, a cluster of showers and thunderstorms moved over areas south and east of Madison, but look at how quickly those are moving. So they're not dumping a lot of rain in any given spot, but what rain we get is certainly welcome. In between, not much going on, and those strong winds are kind of shearing apart the updrafts that would keep thunderstorms from filling that area in between, so we'll have to see whether or not those storms can develop farther to the south. Right now, severe thunderstorm watch is in effect until 10 p.m. for Juno and Adams counties up into central Wisconsin. You can see on future track precipitation the spotty nature of the rain. Some areas may pick up a ½ inch to an inch of rain. Many areas little or no rain at all tonight into early tomorrow morning. Temperatures right now are in the upper 70s to near 80 degrees. The humidity levels are still high, though, so until a cold front comes through, we have the chance of thunderstorms, but tomorrow will clear out, turn cooler and less humid and also breezy with sunny skies, high temperature at 72. Better chances for rain arrive Thursday and Friday. I'll have more details in weather in just a few minutes.
There's been a lot of names added to the list after my brother's death. And still nothing is being done.
Gatherings in Minneapolis and around the nation mark 1 year since George Floyd's murder. This morning at the memorial site near the scene where George Floyd died, gunshots sent a reporter and others running for cover. One person showed up at a hospital shortly afterward with a gunshot wound. They are expected to survive. Members of Floyd's family, including his young daughter Gianna, went to Washington, D.C., where they met with lawmakers and later the president. President Biden had asked Congress to pass police reform legislation by today's anniversary, but lawmakers did not meet that goal. And Floyd's murder, of course, sparked months of protests throughout the country, including right here in Madison. People marched through downtown day and night demanding change.
Gabriella Becerra shares what community leaders say has changed since Floyd's death and what still needs to be done. Gabby?
Well, there's still artwork in storefronts and messages painted on streets, but there's still a lot of work to be done to make the substantial changes that people want to see. 1 year later, the emotions are still strong.
Seeing the video and social media, and it just broke my heart.
I still remember the officers, former officers' face, and the other officers who stood around and did nothing shocked me equally.
Madison Police Chief Sean Barnes joined Michael Johnson and other community leaders in April to watch a jury find Derek Chauvin guilty of killing George Floyd. The conclusion to a trial, but not to the larger issue at hand.
This incident won't be the last time we see a situation like this. You know, since Mr. Floyd was killed, there's been hundreds of other police-involved shootings. And so we have to look at it from a policy perspective.
Barnes recognizes there's room for police reform and is open to bringing national recommendations to Madison, 2 of which have been added in the last year: a police oversight board and an all-staff requirement to complete ICAT or de-escalation training.
I'm open to transparency so that you can see the good and the bad.
Since Floyd, Barnes says he's seen more dialogue between police departments and the communities they serve.
For many years, police departments were insulated from everyone, right? And so now we're forced to share policies, to share information.
One thing Barnes will take away from this year is the value of trust and the promise to keep building it.
We have a long ways to go. I think we're on a great path, but it's my goal, my hope, that we'll again repair those relationships so our citizens can see us, our community members, our residents, anyone in the city of Madison city limits will see us as part of their community once again.
Madison Police Department shared a list of national recommendations for police reform since George Floyd. We'll have that list on our website, channel3000.com.
Gabby, thank you.
Today at the Capitol, the Republican-controlled legislature quickly shut down a special session the governor had called to discuss expanding Medicaid. They shut down the session immediately with no debate or discussion. Expanding the state's Medicaid program would have given Wisconsin a one-time bonus of $1 billion in federal funding. The governor had planned to use that money on a number of projects, including including aiding the state's economic recovery from the pandemic. Shortly after the vote to end the special session, the governor released a statement saying, quote, Republicans are playing politics instead of investing the $1 billion to support the economy in their own communities. Now, last week, Republicans announced their plans to immediately gavel out of the session. Democrats questioned them in a press conference this afternoon about why they'd pass up the federal funding that could be used for education and projects across the state.
Which of these decisions will have a bigger impact on Wisconsin's future? Funding the UW system in K-12 education, investing $850 million in projects around the state, or denying low-income health insurance to those earning less than $17,000 a year?
A total of 38 other states have already expanded Medicaid. Speaker said this is not a Republican issue because other Republican-led Midwestern states like Iowa and Ohio have already accepted it.
The U.S. is hitting a milestone today with half of all American adults now fully vaccinated. This comes as Moderna says its vaccine is safe for kids ages 12 to 17. The company plans to ask regulators to authorize the shot's emergency use in that age group. Based on results of their study, SSM Health's Vice President of Pharmacy Services says approval is likely.
The efficacy rate after receiving 2 doses in the age population of 12 to 17 or 12 to 17 in the Moderna case, it was like 100%. So in light of that, the FDA will likely grant an approval for the EUA amendment. And after that, the CDC and the Advisory Committee on Immunization Practices will have to reconvene also to update their guidelines.
He says the emergency use authorization could happen in early June. Across Wisconsin, health officials confirmed 376 new COVID cases today. That is above the 7-day rolling average of 314. 8 more people have died and 75 more were hospitalized in the last 24 hours. 41% of Wisconsinites have completed the vaccination series. 47% have gotten at least 1 dose. And in Dane County, 56% have completed the vaccination series. 65% have gotten at least 1 dose.
A guilty plea from one of 2 teenagers accused of murdering a Madison doctor and her husband. A judge accepted Elijah LaRue's plea to felony murder kidnapping in Dane County Court this afternoon. Brady Mallory shows us why a plea agreement will change LaRue's fate when it comes to this case. Brady?
Well, in exchange for the state dismissing 2 counts of first-degree intentional homicide, LaRue will likely testify against Curry Sanford at his trial, even though LaRue isn't the one who directly killed Potter and Curry. By pleading guilty to these charges, he's admitting to helping with the kidnapping that led to their deaths. Sanford faces first-degree intentional homicide and is accused of killing Potter and Curry last year over a fight about COVID-19 restrictions. Now, they're the parents of Sanford's then-girlfriend. A jogger found their bodies in a ditch at the UW Arboretum in March of 2020. LaRue's attorney says Sanford is the mastermind of the crimes, not LaRue.
I think Elijah, who was unarmed at the time, just went along with it, not fully understanding what was going to happen and not aware of the consequences until, frankly, it was too late.
LaRue could face 55 years in prison, but there's no agreement yet to the terms of his sentencing. His attorney says they will likely ask for a lighter sentence.
Tonight, we are continuing our conversation about the state of hate in Wisconsin, diving deeper into hate crimes on the basis of religion. Although there's been a growing number of attacks against the Jewish community in recent weeks, members of Madison's Jewish community say this is nothing new. Ellen Klugman, head of Madison's Jewish Federation, says kids as young as 10 are often bullied online for being Jewish. The Anti-Defamation League found more than 1,700 tweets between May 7th and 14th used variations of the phrase, "Hitler was right." Locally, Klugman says many of the attacks go unreported.
Too often, parents err on the side of not reporting or not encouraging their children to report because they don't want to rock the boat.
You can read more about what local leaders say all of us can do to support the city's more than 5,000 Jewish community members on our website, channel3000.com/stateofhate. And after the show, we're also re-airing my conversation with a handful of Asian Americans here in Madison about an increase in hateful attacks and how to force change and end it. You can watch that right here on News 3 Now at 6:30.
And next at 6, our investigative series on the impact of virtual learning continues. Tonight, examining a trend of lower grades and more failed classes across multiple local school districts. Stay with us.
Do you have a coffee smile? Drinking coffee causes yellow teeth for thousands of people just like you. And whitening toothpaste just doesn't make those stains go away. Introducing Power Swabs, the first teeth whitening system that lifts coffee stains off your teeth in less than 5 minutes without whitening strips or trays.
I've smoked, I've drank coffee, I drink red wine. It makes my teeth darker. It doesn't make me feel good about myself. And using Power Swabs, it's made a difference.
So with the strips I've used in the past, most of them are like you got to leave it on for 30 minutes and the whole experience is just not comfortable. But with Power Swabs, I just snapped it open and rubbed it on and it was good to go.
This didn't sting, it didn't burn, it didn't have an aftertaste. It was just a swab and I just got to rub it around my teeth and that was it.
The Secret is a tooth detergent and whitening agent developed by Dr. Martin Ginniker that lifts stains off of your teeth. Power Swabs remove stains on natural teeth, veneers, bonding, caps, and crowns. The best part is you just swab your teeth for 5 minutes and you'll have whiter teeth. No more sitting at home with a whitening strip in your mouth for 30 minutes.
I've tried like every over-the-counter whitening because, you know, I'm one of those people that's like obsessed with white teeth. The Power Swabs were so easy to use. I don't have to have strips sitting on my face for an hour. I don't have to have a foam tray where I feel like I'm gonna gag or I'm gonna go play football.
When I use these whitening strips, I noticed when I would drink, I would get this crazy sensitivity. It would go right to my brain, and I'm like, I hate this. So why do I have to go through the monstrosity of this pain just because I want to whiten my teeth? With Power Swabs, there was zero sensitivity.
Show off your white smile this Memorial Day and call for your 5-minute solution. Order Power Swabs and receive 40% off the regular price. Yes, 40% off the regular price. Shipping is free. Plus, you'll receive a free Quick Stick pen. Visit powerswabs.com or call the number on your screen.
Lower grades and more failed classes. Two significant impacts the pandemic had on students in southern Wisconsin.
Our investigative team found that's largely the story across the board for 4 of the area's largest school districts.
Investigative reporter Naomi Coles joins us with the latest in our virtual impact series. Naomi?
We found these issues. Poor grades, more failed classes was a problem in districts that had in-person learning, but also ones that were mostly virtual. The largest districts in our area are Madison, Middleton, Sun Prairie, Janesville, and Beloit. All but Sun Prairie provided the academic data we asked for. None but Janesville agreed to interview about it. Going forward, they're making plans to rebuild.
It's always a concern. We're really prioritizing intervention programming and remediation programming and making sure that we have high quality instructional resources in the hands of our kids and also scaling up the capacity of our staff.
Summer school is also another immediate solution that Janesville and other districts are pointing to as a fix going forward. Tonight at 10 o'clock, you'll hear how one family's young children had to deal with the fallout, and you'll get the specifics on how much students' academic performance has suffered during the pandemic.
Still ahead at 6, after more than 5 decades driving students to school, a Reedsburg bus driver retires. Hear from school district officials about what made him so special. And showers and storms in our area tonight, followed by cooler temperatures. Gary will have the details in your full forecast.
Tonight on CBS, it's a night of suspense, beginning with NCIS, followed by FBI and FBI Most Wanted. Then get a complete wrap-up of the day's news on News 3 Now at 10.
I am crushing this to-do list.
Let me see. Smart home upgrade? Home gym?
Check.
What about the window, siding, and doors?
Good things come in threes, like 33% off windows, siding, and doors. Plus, no interest until 2022.
33% off windows, siding, and doors ends soon. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
Those brave men and women of our armed forces, generations of them. Why should today's burdens fall back onto them? They were there for us. Now let's be there for them. Your local Wisconsin energy providers and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund are working together to deliver Wisconsin veterans in crisis heat, power, and help staying in their home. But they can't do it alone. Call to donate today.
This is one of the biggest furniture events of the year, the Memorial Sale at Slumberland. Slumberland Furniture has the best prices around on all sorts of furniture. And right now at our memorial sale, everything is an additional 25% off our already low price.
This is totally you.
Oh. Yeah, this is the winner. Well, hello, Slumberland.
Get your look for less at the huge memorial sale at Slumberland.
Isn't it great how swinging through Culver's drive-thru marks the unofficial start to family time? How biting into a hot-off-the-grill Butterburger makes worries melt away? And how a fresh frozen custard concrete mixer puts a smile on your face every time? Here, a meal you didn't have to make is a meal made fresh for you. And being greeted with a smile, even beneath a mask, makes all the difference.
There's a reason we put so much care into our food. That reason is you. Welcome to Delicious.
Okay, guys, we've been through a lot together. And we all know sometimes it gets hard, but it's okay to not feel okay. You know what helps? A good book or going for a walk. Not now, Fred. But what really helps is to talk to someone. Because to take care of each other, you gotta take care of you. If you need to talk to someone, your doctor will listen. Unity Point Health Meritor, a partner of UW Health. Know how much you matter to this world.
Today is the end of an era for a local school district.
A man who has driven at least 3 generations of families over the past 5 decades drove his final bus route today. Our Jamie Perez was there.
For the past 54 years.
Good morning. Good morning.
Jim Deese has been the first hello and the last goodbye each school day for generations of kids. But today, Jim said his final goodbyes.
Have a good evening.
At 81 years old, it's time to put his bus in park for good.
I've enjoyed every minute of it.
Jim started driving for the Reedsburg School District when he was just 27. More than 5 decades later, the wheels that have been going round and round are reaching their final destination.
I think my age is against me. My reactions aren't as slow or as fast as they used to be, and let somebody younger take over. Spend time at home and taking care of my wife who had a stroke 4 years ago, and taking care of my little puppy dog.
Caring for others, a key quality that everyone seems to notice about him.
Everything about Jim was students first, and caring about them as individuals, to remembering their birthday. I know that was a special thing that he always would do, is remember kids' birthdays, and that's tough to do with a full bus of students that are always constantly changing.
When that child got on that bus, he cared for them more than it was a bus route. He cared for them on who they were, and it's just so rare and so neat, and he just lived it.
Jim has lived it for about as long as he's been able to, retiring close to 20 years later than most.
It's something for me to do. I don't fish or I don't hunt, so.
A well-spent career that helped him pass the time and helped others along the way.
The only thing I can say to Jim is thank you. He's delivered, picked kids up from home and delivered them to school and back home again safely for 54 years, and that's commendable.
Now off to a life of well-deserved peace and quiet.
It'll be different. Not getting up at 5 every morning, but I'll learn how to sleep in, I hope.
In Reedsburg, I'm Jamie Perez.
Maybe a little emotional sometimes, so, but I'm happy.
News 3 now.
Jim wasn't just a bus driver. At night, he was a dispatcher for the police department. Reedsburg staff members all celebrated Jim's last day after his final route to show their appreciation for him. And Jim, we wish you all the best in your retirement.
And some showers, storms, cooler temperatures in the forecast. Gary, maybe some storms up Reedsburg's way coming this evening.
Yeah, actually, right now, north of Reedsburg, severe thunderstorm watch in effect until 10 p.m. for Juno and Adams County. So Reedsburg is right about there, the scene, Wisconsin Dells. And so areas north of there under the severe thunderstorm watch. As you take a look at high-resolution radar, right now there's a big gap between showers and thunderstorms to the southeast of Madison and showers and storms to the north and west. The ones north and west have been severe. You can see this line kind of bowing out there there and brings the potential for some strong winds. Severe thunderstorm warning in effect until 6:30 for Wood County, and now it looks like it's been extended into Portage County. So areas just north of our viewing area. There's Juno and Adams counties, but they are not in the warning because these storms are staying just to the north of our viewing area. And notice on the tail end of this line of thunderstorms, nothing really developing to the south and west that would move through the Madison area. Meantime, the batch of showers and storms this afternoon that have moved south and east of Madison are moving so quickly they're not dumping a lot of rain. A few places may have picked up a quarter to a half inch of rain from just east of Monroe to say around the Evansville area, but notice many areas seeing less than a quarter of an inch of rain, and some areas missing out on rain altogether, especially between Madison and say the La Crosse area. So again, these two areas of showers and thunderstorms, the severe weather threat is highest in the northern parts of the Midwest. Slight risk of severe thunderstorms according to the Storm Prediction Center, a marginal risk for an isolated severe thunderstorm elsewhere, but the main threats will be high wind and hail, mainly in areas north and probably well north and west of Madison. There is an outside threat of a brief tornado to develop, but right now, if there is a tornado threat, it'll probably be well north of our viewing area and mainly just for the next couple of hours before things start to settle down. Rainfall is going to be spotty. This is through early on Friday morning. This includes rain that will also fall Thursday and Friday, and you can see some areas picking up between about 1/10 and 1/4 of an inch of rain, other areas picking up an inch or two in the heavier showers and thunderstorms. And by early Saturday morning, we should see some general 1 to 2 inch rains across southern Wisconsin with the soaking rain Thursday afternoon into Friday, and then we'll see additional showers and thunderstorms as we head into the middle part of next week that could bring an additional 1 to 2 inches of rain. So that will still keep us below normal for the year, but at least we'll be catching up a little bit. Otherwise, we take a look at current temperatures. They're in the 70s where there's a little more cloud cover, still 80s to the north and west, but then a big drop off in temperatures. And notice the drop in dew points, 60s here, 40s to the north and west. So the air will dry out considerably for tomorrow and then turn cooler after that. So severe thunderstorm watch in effect until 10 p.m. north and west of the Dells. Tonight, low of 63, showers and thunderstorms mainly this evening. And then for tomorrow, look for a sunny, breezy, cooler and less humid day with a high temperature of 72. Future track, shower and thunderstorm chances this evening. By morning, the clouds will be gone. Plenty of sunshine for tomorrow with highs in the low 70s. Clouds start to come in later tomorrow night, and the next batch of showers arrives on Thursday. Notice how those temperatures drop off into the upper 40s by late Thursday afternoon. Again, rainfall amounts just for tonight, less than 1/4 of an inch in most areas unless you get a heavier thunderstorm. 7 to 10 day forecast, back into the 60s on Saturday, lower 70s for the rest of the Memorial Day weekend. Some thunderstorm chances for the early to middle part of next week.
And coming up in sports, Aaron Rodgers speaks for the first time since his rift with the Packers went public, why his teammates say that situation isn't a distraction. That's next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
At Wild Easttown Honda, lease a new all-wheel drive CR-V with sunroof for $309. That's $309 and absolutely zero due-it signing. At Wild Easttown Honda in Madison. It's gotta be wild.
For many of us, Memorial Day marks the official start of summer. So at Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we're here to help you celebrate with great deals on summer essentials during our Memorial Day sale. Like Scott's Turf Builder Weed and Feed, $46.99 a bag. Assorted Miracle Grow potting mixes, just $10.99. And your choice of Dots Homestyle snacks, $4.99 each. Plus, to show our gratitude, we're giving all veterans and active military members 10% off their entire purchase.
Find value at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
The light at the end of the tunnel isn't shining so brightly for everyone. Families continue to fight for survival. Some jobs are gone forever. Bills pile up. But please know, you have not been forgotten. Your local Wisconsin energy and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home and your heat and power on. Apply now for a hand up.
They say you should wait 30 minutes to swim after you eat. Nobody said anything about slurping Arby's $1 floats. Seems like a great opportunity to slurp and splash. Arby's, we have the meat.
Here in the Midwest, community is is important.
Having a healthcare system that's looking out for us.
That's actively addressing the racial disparities in healthcare is important.
When we can get good quality care, we can do more. We can achieve more.
We can be the kind of community we want to be, and that's really important.
UW Health. Remarkable medicine. Remarkable care. No one sells more. Wild Automotive sells more SUVs and all-wheel drives combined than any other dealer. Wild is the #1 volume SUV and all-wheel drive retailer in Southeast Wisconsin. The more we sell, the more you save. WildAuto.com.
Hi, folks. Wednesday on News 3 Now this morning, meet a woman in the 608 who started a small business right out of her garage. And we're looking ahead to your Memorial Day weekend forecast. We'll see you from 4:30 to 7 on News 3 Now this morning.
It's just kind of about a philosophy, you know, and maybe forgetting that it is about the people that make the thing go. It's about character. It's about culture. It's about doing things the right way.
Character, culture, and doing things the right way. That was Aaron Rodgers late last night on SportsCenter when Kenny Mayne asked if he's demanding a trade. Didn't really answer that question, but Rodgers did say the rift has nothing to do with Jordan Love, that he loves his teammates and coaches. Now, he didn't mention anything about the front office, and as far as the rest of the Packers participating in OTAs go, they're not too worried about the whole situation.
I don't think it's a distraction at all. I'm one person, and I worry about myself and how I can get better during this time of OTAs and help my team get better, you know? So I'm not worried about what other people are doing right now or what's going on. I'm just focused on myself and controlling what I can control.
To say the Bucs were on fire last night might be an understatement. Game 1 against the Heat, the Deer made a total of 5 3-pointers. In Game 2, they set a franchise playoff record with 22. And leading the way for their red-hot shooting was Bryn Forbes. The sharpshooter came off the bench and dropped in 6 triples on his way to 22 points in just 20 minutes. And early in the game, the plan was simple. Get Bryn the ball.
I'm here to support, and if my man got the hot hand, I'm going to him. And he wasn't missing. So at that point, we running everything for him just to see what happens. And my man damn near had 20 in the first half.
It's fun for me. It's probably, you know, everyone likes to make shots. Everybody likes to see their team shots go in. So I think no pressure. It's just a good time.
The Brewers and Padres continue their 4-game series tonight at 6:40, and so far this season when these two teams play, it's been all crew. Milwaukee is 4-0 against the Padres and have outscored them 18-6. By the way, Padres have the best record in the majors. Gary, Cubs could take notice.
Hopefully they will. Hopefully we'll get some rain, too. Notice in between, not much going on here. We'll just have to wait and see if showers and storms can reach Madison.
Gary, thank you. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 6.
Enjoy your evening, and we'll see you back here at 10.